It's Halloween time, which means I have a tale for you that's terrifying and spooky and poopy.
Every Halloween, I love poopy little stories. Down by the campfire, we sit around, roast marshmallows, and tell poopy little stories. Ooh.
I'm talking about the Ballad of Frankenberry.
Oh, it's terrifying.
So
I've heard tell of this.
Yeah, so I wish I had a flashlight to hold on the right chin and tell this story. It was March of 1971. General Mills had a hit on their hands with Lucky Charms, and they wanted to cash in more. So they invented...
I want to be the part of your scary documentary of shitty reenactor.
I mean, if we can get the time and budget for this.
Love me Lucky Charms.
They wanted to invent a new idea of cereal line for the Halloween holiday. So they came up with two concepts. Count Chocula, a chocolate vampire.
Played by John Kerry.
And Frankenberry, some kind of corpse made out of berries or berries made out of corpses. I don't know.
Also kind of played by John Kerry.
So what they did is they launched some commercials where they both were shown as adversaries against each other. They said, I have the sweetest cereal. And the other one said, I have the sweetest cereal, which today would never happen as a commercial. And then kids were like, which one should we choose? Kids chose the one that changed their poop colors. So this is back, again, as I said, 1971, maybe a couple years after that, before a certain red dye number 2 got banned in 1976. It was banned for being at least tangentially related to rats getting cancer. But for a time, red dye 2 and red dye 3 were both in this. They're both very strong synthetic red colorants. And, a little bit in your system won't do anything, but there was quite a lot in this.
Yeah. And the kids ate it, and their poop turned bright red.
And then their mothers were terrified. They thought their children had internal bleeding. They thought their kids were, one kid threw it up, and they thought their child was coughing up blood. And they took their children to the hospital, and were like, my baby... And then they did
He's dying, don't you see?
Well, a doctor actually weighed in on this, and he called it, I believe, Frankenberry's stool syndrome, and which was a thing. This came from attending physician John V. Payne, who discovered that after a while, a certain little boy, his stool was no longer turning what he described as bright pink, the color of strawberry ice cream.
I believe it when his shit turns purple and tastes like rainbow sherbet.
That's crazy, though. Pink poop. Because I thought, it'll just be a little bit red. They said strawberry ice cream. That's very evocative.
Pink.
He waited until the boy's digestive system was clear, and then was like, eat 4 bowls of Frankenberry for his experiment. After that, he wrote in his dissertation, the stool had no abnormal odor, but looked like sweet strawberry ice cream. Oh, that is directly from him. I thought it was just anecdotal.
No, he's like, and he tasted it, and he was like, no, it still tastes like poop.
And it otherwise looked and I hope not tasted like poop. And then the mother took her son home, where they met up with the sister who was also pooping pink.
So good.
So this, luckily, or maybe not luckily, if you are into that kind of thing, has stopped with the removal of that dye. And they're using more plant-based dyes now. I don't know if that's been phased into the seasonal cereals just yet, but they're hoping to get to
this reminds
all of them
me
by
of,
2017.
Wasn't there was a Whopper? There was a Halloween Whopper that made your poop green.
Yeah.
I remember one time for St. Patrick's Day, we got green popcorn and my poop turned green, and I freaked out. I was like, Mom, I'm dying. They're not only, because when you eat popcorn, it looks like popcorn in your poo-poo. And I was like, it looks like popcorn in there, and it's green. I'm going to die. My mom was just like, you ate green food. I'm like, yeah, but I eat red grapes, and my poop's still brown. And I eat other color food, and it's still brown. Why is the green making it green? And she's like, well, here, let's just try to stop eating green popcorn, and and see what happens.
Your mom was right, wasn't she?
She was totally right. I love that it was like bright red. It turned
pink.
Bright
the
pink.
doctor said strawberry ice cream. I thought it was anecdotal, but the doctor wrote it in his study.
I want to do this now.
It was published in the medical journal Pediatrics.
They should sell it the old way. So we could, like,
They
it feels
banned
like a
that
very,
dye, though.
like, Rhett and Link thing where
It's-
it's like, ooh, we're going to eat old Frankenberry and see what our poop looks like.
It's okay. I don't know how much you'd have to eat now since they've changed the dye.
It's like those Total commercials, like, you'd have to eat 4 bowls of normal
Normal
Frankenberry
cereal
to
to
equal
get-
the red poopness in 1 bowl of Frankenberry.
I don't think it works now.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I hate that.
You're gonna have just to wait for that green popcorn to come
You're gonna
back.
have to poop and then just drop food coloring in it.
Or wait for that weird Whopper to come back. I mean, there's lots of opportunities for your poop to be weird. And
love
I
this
brought this
story.
on myself by talking about this in the first place. Audience, have you ever had an experience similar to Frankenberry stool syndrome? Let us know below in the comments. Brett will read them, and please like and subscribe for more.